Hello, I'm Alan, and welcome to today's edition of Alan's Cycling Adventures. Today is Saturday, January 6th, 2024. Normally I don't do my long rides on Saturday, but we have a winter storm warning in effect for Saturday afternoon into Sunday. We're supposed to get some snow. My training plan actually called for a 45-mile ride this morning and a 70-mile ride tomorrow. I decided to reverse them because I thought the 70-mile ride was more important than the 40 or 45. And so today I am doing a 70-mile ride. I'm riding from home today because I am working this afternoon. And so I am up bright and early. It is about 5:30 in the morning and I am about to start so I can get my ride in before work. As you know, I am training for a cross-country bike ride, and so I will be training every week, hopefully, weather permitting. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Click the subscribe button to subscribe to my channel. And if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, or ideas for future editions of Alan's Cycling Adventures, be sure to leave them in the comments below. Well, without further ado, let's ride. Well, today's ride turned out to be a failure. Not because I wasn't dressed warmly enough and not because I wasn't physically ready for the ride, but because of something I had never encountered before. Long rides plus cold weather equals frozen water or ice. My water bottle and my Camelback froze, and the two additional water bottles that I carry with me to refill my water bottle, those froze too. And so about 20 miles in, I finally decided that going another 50 miles without any liquids would not be a good idea. The gels weren't completely frozen, but they probably would have frozen also. In terms of the weather for this ride, it was cloudy at the start and 24 degrees Fahrenheit with a feels-like temperature of 22 degrees Fahrenheit. The humidity was 85%. And the wind was 0.5 mile per hour from the west. I ended up riding 42.04 miles as opposed to the 70 miles that I set out to ride. And I did so with an average moving speed of 15.5 miles per hour. I did have a maximum speed of 34.8 miles per hour. My total moving time was 2 hours, 42 minutes, 42 seconds, with an elapsed time of 2 hours, 59 minutes, and 56 seconds, so just a tiny bit under 3 hours. My average heart rate was 133, and my maximum heart rate was 155. My average cadence was 61 RPM, with a max cadence of 94. And I had a total ascent on today's ride of 2,123 feet. There were 2 major climbs, but I don't have the statistics on those 2 climbs because when I got to the turnaround point, I did have Garmin take me by the shortest route back home. And so I didn't go on the exact same route, and the second major climb was on the way home. So I don't have the statistics, but they were there. In terms of where I rode, the entire ride was in New Jersey. I started off in Garwood and rode through Westfield, Fanwood, Scotch Plains, Watchung, Washingtonville, Warrenville, Springdale, Martinsville, Pluckaman. And when I got to Pluckaman, the water had actually frozen a little bit before there. But that was where I realized that I still had about 50 miles to go, and riding 50 miles without water did not sound like a smart idea to me. So I had Garmin calculate the fastest way home and did that. I then rode back through Martinsville, Springdale, Warrenville, Washingtonville, Watchung, and that was where Garmin had me go a different route, cutting through the Watchung Reservation where that second major climb was, through Mountainside, Westfield, and back into Garwood. Normally, I ride with a Camelback filled with just plain water and a water bottle with electrolyte solution in it. I use the I can't remember what product it is, but they're tablets that dissolve. But I don't know what I'll do in terms of a water bottle solution, because the main problem with the water bottle was the valve froze shut. But the Camelback does make a 3-liter insulated bladder with an insulated drinking tube and a cover over the bite valve. So I think I will almost certainly be ordering that today, so that I will be better prepared for not just cold rides, but long cold rides. Anyway, at this point of the ride, it looks like I am in Westfield already. Yep, definitely in Westfield. And almost home. And so that's all for now. I'll see you next week, hopefully. Unfortunately, that did not go according to plan. This is the coldest that I've ever ridden in, and I encountered a new problem today. I was dressed warm enough, but as I was getting into the ride, it was getting harder and harder to get any water from my Camelback. The valve on my water bottle kept getting kind of slushy and stuck, and eventually the water bottle froze completely, and by the time I got about 20 miles in, the Camelback, or at least the tube, was frozen completely, and I had no access to water anymore. My gels were getting thicker and thicker and thicker, and I didn't like the idea of riding another 50 miles with no hydration and no nutrition. So I had the Garmin navigate me home from where I was. Ended up getting about 42 miles in, with the last 22 miles with no liquids to drink. Anyway, I guess just chalk it up to a setback along the way. Hopefully next weekend won't be this cold. And until next time, stay safe out there.